If you don't plan for economic downturns at all time, you could lose everything in the event of financial disaster. People frequently lose their job even if they appear to be stable at the time. They may lose their home to foreclosure and have their retirement money reduced in half. All of these things might have a negative impact on your health and strain your relationships over time. When the economy is functioning well for a while, it is easy to forget about the difficult times, but the repercussions of slowdown should never be underestimated. Fortunately, an economic crisis may provide a significant opportunity for people with good financial stability. Because of this, they may be able to build wealth far beyond their wildest aspiration. By learning how to properly prepare for negative scenarios, you may make the most of opportunities. Hello everyone, welcome to Wealthy Wisdom. In this video, we're going to talk about economic recession makes money opportunities in 2022. If you are new to this channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. A recession is defined as a lengthy, severe drop in economic activity. This might be caused by a variety of factors including inflation, when price rises and the currency weakens, and deflation, when prices fall and the dollar buys more costly items owing to financing concerns. These issues often result in increased job losses, a reduction in consumer confidence, foreclosures, and company failures. Most stock market collapses occur when investors lose trust, get fearful, and withdraw their funds from the market. To improve your finances at any point in the economic cycle, you must develop the practice of living below your means and spending less than you make. You use the gap between your income and the expenditure to save for the future and pay off debt. Unfortunately, many people are trapped in a cycle in which their expenses continue to rise in proportion to their income, leaving them barely able to make ends meet when they get a raise. With such funds, you could immediately purchase a new car or a larger home. When their tax refund comes, they will have already paid for their vacation. When you hear the phrase, living below your means, you may think of words like "darb" or "average." But if you start doing it, your life will alter dramatically. Did you know that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income? They do not depend on their employment to give a single wage that covers all of their monthly costs, such as their mortgage, car payment, and other monthly responsibilities. If one source of income goes away, you will be less worried if your income is diverse. If you combine budgeting with income diversification, you will still be able to pay your bills in the event of an emergency. The potential for one revenue stream to become a significant source of income is likely the most significant advantage of having many streams of steady income. For example, if a person with a 9-to-5 job begins detailing automobiles on weeknights and weekends, the auto detailing business booms and there are long lines of people eager to employ the individual. It eventually leads to a far higher hourly salary than a 9-to-5 job, with an annual income that is double or triple what they were receiving at their previous job. They are now able to quit their full-time job and focus on their detailing business. Paying down debt makes more sense in certain situations than others. To put it simply, making minimum payments on low-interest debt while paying off high-interest debt as quickly as possible makes sense. Instead of spending every spare dollar, pay off your low-interest loans as quickly as possible. Consider whether it would be preferable to invest excess money that might make a 10% return rather than a pay-off debt with a 3% rate if the money could be invested to earn more interest than you are paying. This makes mathematical sense. But some people fail to see that when you have little to no financial obligations, your monthly costs will be quite low. Consider how much cheaper your monthly cost will be if you didn't have a mortgage, auto payment, school loan, or credit card load as compared to someone who is drowning in debt. Not to mention how much better you'll sleep at night. This puts you in a far better position in an event of a recession and the potential risks associated with an economic downturn. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned until the end of the video to know what makes money opportunities in 2022. What percentage of your purchases have you come to regret? That brand new car you bought has various mechanical issues, is ruined, and is worth nothing. What about that timeshare you were sold while on a vacation, or the expensive wedding with 300 people you attended to marry your now ex-spouse or husband? Spending money on these expensive products is okay if they are meaningful to you and make you happy, but the problem arises when people frequently make major and little purchases without thinking twice. When buying products, make sure it's new. It will bring you income or can produce money so that it is useful. That makes money opportunities in 2022. Spending money on things you won't care about in a few days, weeks, or even months can drain your bank account. When you lose your job or retirement assets loses half of their value as a result of a market downturn, you'll be left wondering where all your hard-earned money went as a result of these worthless, thoughtless purchases. You'll also get more enjoyment out of every dollar spent if it's not spent on something you'll soon forget. This is particularly true if you hesitate before making a large purchase or if you want to indulge yourself. When the stock market crashes or the economy enters a slump, it may seem like the end of the world as you know it. Will things ever go back to normal? It's vital to remember that the average recession lasts around a year and a half and occurs every 4 years according to Acorns. The usual bear market, or when equities fall at least 20%, lasts 9 to 10 months and occurs every 3.5 years, with an average stock market decrease of around 35%. In other words, the stock market falls by 35% every 3.5 years on average, although it frequently rebounds rapidly. It might be frightening when your assets lose a big chunk of their worth, especially if you're getting older and recuperating seems to be out of the question. Your money is virtually vanishing into thin air. However, when you examine history and know what to expect, these incidents become a lot more manageable. Markets do not always provide a profit. Please keep this in mind. For this reason, we recommend that you prepare your portfolio for such eventualities and avoid holding anything that you wouldn't want to keep if setbacks occur. Never borrow more money than you are comfortable with and keep your leverage low at all times. Buying stocks on leverage seemed like a decent idea while the economy was doing well, but what if things began to deteriorate? Do you still believe that's a good idea, or are you overreacting? What about your home equity line of credit, which allows you to borrow against a large amount of value of your house, but leaves you with little to no equity? You can easily make payments right now, but what if your salary drops? Although borrowing money might be advantageous, you must be exceedingly careful not to overuse it. You can avoid doing this by remembering how the market works. Warren Buffett famously said, "Be greedy when others are terrified and be fearful when others are greedy." When these assets reclaim their all-time highs, those who were able to buy them at a discount generally earns large gains. Buying the dip is similar to market timing and follows the basic investing idea of buying low and selling high. This is one of the techniques that makes money opportunities in 2022, but it is also risky. Buying stocks while they are at a low price with the intention of holding them for a long time is a simple strategy, but precisely timing the market may be challenging. A recession may present an opportunity for people with spare assets to invest, but only if you have enough money to risk by investing. When the economy is growing and seems to be unstoppable, it's easy to forget how things looked during past recessions, especially for younger people who have little to no prior recollection of them. Those difficult times are now behind us. By keeping these situations in mind and being prepared for them at all times, you may prevent a substantial loss in the value of your portfolio, an interruption in your income, and even the potential to benefit from outstanding market value. This is analogous to someone who is unprepared and expects only the perfect economy with consistent returns on their investments, and may lose their home, have serious trouble with their family, and suffer bad repercussions. We've reached the end of another video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned the method that makes money opportunities in 2022. If you like this video, do give us a like and subscribe to the channel and comment down below. Thank you and goodbye.